steel cans of rotting filth, filled with days-old decaying food and dirty diapers. The kind of trash that sat outside in the sun all day long during the hottest part of an oppressive Texas summer. Dev cast a disgusted look at his client's mouth. Fucker's gums hadn't stopped flapping since he'd started the tattoo hours ago. He saw remnants of food still stuck between Stank's teeth. His fucking breath was god-awful offensive, just like the rest of the man. Over the years, Dev had developed the ability to block out the nervous chatter from the clients in his chair. A true gift, because people could get a hell of a lot of anxiety while being inked. But this dude brought a whole new level to oversharing. He never shut up. Dev had even switched from his preferred tattoo pen back to his coil, in order to increase the buzz of the machine. A great idea that, again, worked in every other situation except this one. Dev's refusal to reply to any comment didn't deter the man. Beautiful visions of reaching out and popping this guy in the mouth kept filling Dev's mind. As clear an image as if it had actually happened. He imagined his bald fist darting out. A quick, forceful hit, right between those thin, cracked lips, knocking Stink's teeth out in one expert jab. To be fair, Dev had perfected the unexpected yet very effective punch to the face. His go-to move in most situations. No one ever saw it coming. It said more than any of his words ever could. Dev grinned at the mental image of clocking Stink. How the skin might split open. That briefest flash of confusion as the man absorbed the blow. Except in his mind, he'd then leap over his stupidly expensive client chair, directly into the guy's lap, and pummel his lights out. He moved cartoonishly fast and beating up Stink, giving one right after another in a volley of fists. Lost in the mental imagery, Dev nonchalantly lifted his shoulder in an accepting shrug. It wasn't too late to make that shit happen. Then again, he'd hired Millie full-time months ago to clean and sterilize his instruments, as well as the entire parlor. She was good with blood. Surely she wouldn't mind some teeth and flesh thrown in. She had a dark gothic vibe about her. Maybe that was one of those employee benefits she kept prattling on about. At the very least, it might help break up the monotony of her day. This time he gave a mental shrug at the direction he'd taken to help justify kicking this guy's ass. He'd do it for Millie, if nothing else. "Looking good. You were worth the wait," Stank yelled over the music. He lifted his arm to better see the freshly inked skin. Such a bullshit amateur design. Why Stink had waited months for this appointment was beyond Dev. Any beginner tattoo artist could have inked some skank's fake titties on this guy's forearm. The design only highlighted her chest. They were oversized for the body holding them up. The super-defined tits were hard and round, full of silicone with two fat nipples, perfectly centered and appearing to protrude out from his forearm. Stink had requested the 3D effect. He'd come up with some idea to twist his arm to make the breasts bounce. Fucking loser. Not that Dev was above a titties tattoo. But over the last few years, he'd developed a pretty decent business with his own custom designs. People paid thousands of dollars for one of his original drawings that took months for him to complete. He couldn't remember a time he'd worked from a cell phone image of a real-life stripper's bared breasts. As Stink moved his arm, testing the bouncing theory, the scent of stale cigarette smoke and something that reminded him of fermented vomit wafted to Dev. His stomach twisted hard. "I found you on that ink show. You know the one." Dev tuned him out again, but held back his groan. He regretted ever being a guest judge on Ink Life. His schedule had packed up tight for months and months after the show aired.